The Lord has done it. Finally, finally, finally.
Hello guys, and welcome again to my YouTube channel. And you know that on this channel we share the goodness of God through our testimonies to encourage ourselves that no matter how hard the situation is, God will always come through for you. On this episode of testimony, I've got a lovely guest who will be sharing some of what God has done for him. I'd love you to like this video because it helps the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video to more people so that it can bless more lives. Without further ado, let's get straight into today's video.
Okay, my journey with T-Side started, I think, 2020. Then I was checking through the course I wanted to do because my background was mechanical engineering in Nigeria, and mechanical is always scary for everybody. So I was thinking of doing project management. So my friend who was here said, no, I should still stick to mechanical. So I was looking at the school fees. So at that time in 2020, it was a bit, I was thinking, how would I be able to pay this? So I had to give myself like a year from the beginning of 2020 to 2021. Then I did my application. I think after a month of my application, that should be in January of 2021. Then after a month, I got my admission, I think in March or so. So during that time, I'd gone to apply for my new passport. That was February. And I think that was the time Nigeria was having issues with passport. So I needed my passport number to apply and get my ATAR certificate, because if you're doing engineering or anything related to weapons of mass destruction in the UK, you have to apply for an ATAR certificate. So I waited for my passports. I went to Benin zone, I think 3 times, February, March, April. And my passport, I think, finally came out in May or early June, I think. So that was the first delay I got. Then I applied for my ATAS, and my ATAS took a month for me to get my ATAS certificate. Then fast forward, and I was expecting, because I was saving some money with a particular bank and insurance, and you have to like apply for it, give them time for them to move it to your account. Like it was like a fixed deposit savings. So the money I had in the account I was supposed to use for my proof of fund was not complete. So after paying my initial deposit with Form A, the money went down, and I had applied for the other funds from the other bank to come to the bank I was supposed to use as for my proof of funds. So when that particular fund later dropped in my account, it was, I think, close to the end of July. That's when that fund dropped. And the deadline for you to have submitted or uploaded your proof of funds was, I think, 28th of July. Oh. And that fund dropped on the 25th of July.
3 days.
So it was 3 days to the deadline for proof of funds for T-Side. Else, my admission would have been deferred to 2022 January. Oh. So I just uploaded. I think I was doing everything on my own. I was not dealing with Deed Africa. Oh. That was the problem. I was doing everything on my own. So I think when I got a mail from school, then they included Deed Africa, they copied them. Okay. So that was why I got their number and I called them. And I think Ijoma was saying I was supposed to have started my proof of funds, but someone else said proof of funds was not basically for cars, was for visa. Okay. So that was the argument I had. So when I uploaded my proof of funds, I was waiting to get my cars, and nothing showed up. So I was on my way for my tuberculosis test. That was on the 10th or 15th of August. And it was in the train going to Abuja that I saw that we cannot give you cash.
They said they cannot give you cash.
Yeah, my cash was denied.
You got a mail that they cannot give you cash.
Yeah, I got a mail from school that my proof of fund was not up to the number of days, so cash was denied. And I just smiled and said, let me just continue and go and do my tuberculosis test. So I did that. I came back home. I was never speaking to anybody. When I was doing my processes, I was not talking to anybody. Like, I was just on my own, to myself. So a friend of mine who was also assisting me, I think he's in the Netherlands. Then I told him, like, a few days after that, see what happened. And he said, okay. What was the reason? I said, my argument was someone from, I think T-side was trying to expand and give, because of the number of students. I don't know if Did Africa was not able to handle everybody anymore. So they were like expanding. So they had like a new
body.
Is he agent now? Partner, yeah, okay. New partner. So I said that was the person that said proof of funds was for visa and not for cash. So my friend called T-side, he was calling T-side, I didn't know all these were ongoing. I think one very good day, that was on the 28th of August. He called me and said T-side was going to call me. And he told me all the things to say to them. Okay. So they called and they said, sorry, we have to try and defer you to 2022 January. And I said, I will not be able to do that if I don't get admission now, because I put in so much effort and everything and so much resources in this. And T-side was the only university I applied to. I didn't apply to any other university. So the lady said, okay, they would contact Did Africa if they still have availability for me to get cash. So they said I should go upload my new proof of fund, because as at that time it was already past the 28 days. Oh, okay. So it was 26th of July to on the 27th of August, which that was when they called me. Okay. So I just already went to the bank that they printed it and uploaded it. And lo and behold, that evening I got cash.
What?
That evening I was just going through my mail and I saw my cash number, cash letter, and I was just very happy and I smiled, and that was how God came through for me. Immediately, the next day I went and
same day you uploaded the proof of fund.
Yeah, the same day.
The same day they sent cash to you.
Cash to me, yeah.
Massive. Wow.
Okay. No, that same evening, that was when they sent. I was not even expecting it. It was like mind blowing. Wow. How? Then I quickly applied because I was supposed to resume on the 20th of September. And this was already the end of August. Yeah. And everybody were booking flight tickets and all. So I quickly had to try and get an appointment for my visa. Okay. And I just paid and paid. Even when it was not up to the day I booked, it was not the day. They just said you can walk in. Oh. So I'd paid for standard. Okay. I'd paid for priority, and I still went and did walk-in. Then you have to pay again on the day of walk-in. So I just went there. They didn't ask questions. They just said, bring your documents. And luckily, I think the day I went for walk-in, someone said there was a massive, there was a huge number of people that came the previous day for walk-in. Ooh. And most of them went home disappointed because everywhere was full. So they could not do walk-in. Oh. But the day I went, which was the day after that day, that had massive turn up. Okay. It was like literally nobody was there. So by 12 o'clock, I think I was done. By 12 o'clock, I was done. But I given some person, I don't know if some person didn't turn up for even their own visa application or appointment. So everything just went fast. Then another hurdle I had to skip was I booked KLM.
Oh, okay.
I booked KLM, and I was supposed to fly on the. Okay, after I applied for got my visa done, that should be on the 5th or 6th. It took
So
like,
fast?
yeah. After 1 week, because I did priority, it came out the
okay.
next Friday.
Right.
So I tried booking for flights. The one I could get was KLM, and I went to Lagos, checked in. I think they checked in my bag,
Okay.
but then I found out that we would need transit visa,
Yeah.
and that was not like a massive information as at that time
Yeah.
for people to know. So I got there. Why can't I fly? You need the transit. I said, but I'm not getting outside the premise of the airport. And they said, no, that is the law. You have to have a transit visa. I kind of wanted to panic, but a family friend that was here in my family friend that was here in London told me not to panic because some persons panicked and immediately booked
Another flight.
BAE, another flight that night, and it was very expensive. It was over
yeah.
£1 million. I would have almost done that if not that family friend that said, just calm down. You have your visa is for 6 months that you have to get into the country. So just be calm. And I went to a hotel nearby, stayed for like 2 days. I now called my friend who assisted me booking the flight ticket. So he called the agency because I went to quickly cancel before the flight took off. So you can get refund.
Full refund.
Not really full refund. I think I lost some money.
It was still a good
Yeah,
deal.
it was still a good deal. So they moved the amount I had left and booked Qatar.
Oh.
And it was very, very quick because Qatar Airways was now like on Sunday. From Thursday, I had a flight on Sunday.
Oh.
And it was just fast because I just added the money that needed to be topped on top of it. And some persons had to transit or had to stop over had long layover in Qatar or in Doha.
Okay.
But my layover was just 4 hours.
Wow.
I saw some persons who were there for
18 hours.
I saw a family of 5 for 32 hours, 22 hours, because that was when the massive rush was. Then it was everybody wanted to travel, everybody wanted to travel. So 2021 was like the first wave. And I came with one of my friends I think he's one of the admins in NICOT that we just like met in the airport or in the aircraft. And luckily for me, it was the same flight. We entered the same plane to Doha, and the next connecting flight from Doha to London, we entered the same flight. And the next flight from London to Darlington, we entered the same flight. And we took the same cab from Darlington. So it was actually the one that, it just like God was just directing me to meet the people that would give me help and assist me in every direction, every step I was taking. And that was how I found myself in Teesside, Middlesbrough.
So would you say that the KLM issue was a blessing in disguise for you?
Yes, that was a massive blessing in disguise. Else I would not have met that my friend. I still call him like my brother. He was my first brother in Teesside. So everything might have been lost because I didn't know anywhere, I didn't know anybody. He was the one who was making all the like contacts. He had people over here and they booked the cab. You just had to pay the cab and everything. So I think that sometimes people would. Then I used to like get angry when things don't go my way, but I just say, according to the Bible and everything, we should give thanks to God. So whenever anything happens, even if it's positive, even if it's a disappointment, I'll just give thanks to God and just smile. because I know the next step will be better than the previous.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. And I hope this blesses someone out there, right? That every disappointment with God is not a disappointment. That no matter if something is not going your way, God will still turn it around to favor you, and at the end of the day, you have a lot of reasons to give thanks to God. So if you had a similar experience like is, I'd like you to comment down below in the comment section. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.